Welcome everybody to the dealership download. Fortunately, Taylor would not be able to make it today. She had something come up, but just wanted everybody to let you know that Taylor wanted to let you guys know that she did release her book today, and we'll talk about that a little bit more this after this is over. But we do have Zach here, and we do have Tony with the keys as a special guest tonight. Tony, before we get started,
Okay.
tell us where you are today and where can people find you on your socials.
I work at Crane Buick GMC in Springdale, Arkansas. Been selling cars for 10 years, man, and you can find me all over social media as Tony with the Keys. Sometimes you might have to put a two to find some of the accounts. I've got multiple accounts across across the platforms. I say that because on TikTok, man, I got locked out of an account. I created another account and that's the one that I use. And then as I've been using it, I've been able to get back into my other account. So Tony with the keys everywhere. You just type that in, and I'll pop up.
Perfect, Tony. So why did you decide to get into the automotive industry?
Man, I have a an automotive entry story like a lot of people in this industry. I kind of fell into the auto industry just by chance, you know. I had moved to a new area, moved over here where my wife is from, and moved over here and one of my friends, I'd gone to a couple of little workplaces trying to get some stuff going, got some applications in, found out that some of my friends were living over here. One of my friends was like, "Hey, you need to go down here and talk to John. I don't know if you've ever considered selling cars, but you'd be perfect for it. Like, you should just go talk to him." And I went and talked to him and told him about myself and sold myself for who I was and what I could do, and showed him my social media and showed him that I had the ear holes of a lot of people, and they hired me right there, and I had a pretty rocky past, like considering what I've been through. So I say that the car business saved my life. It really did. It gave me an opportunity to be a productive member of society.
Gotcha, gotcha. Uh,
Awesome.
so another question for you, Tony. What are some of the biggest challenges you face in the industry, and what are the lessons you took from them?
So that's a great question. And one of the biggest challenges that I've realized is the negative stigmas, is overcoming those negative stigmas associated with this profession that I've chose. Like, it's not, I fell into it, but at the end of the day, it's a choice that I continue to go in every day. And so I think that is one of the challenges that I and that we face, all the time, is just trying to overcome those stigmas, helping customers to let down the barriers, the guards, the things that prevent us from being able to interact and transact and talk to each other like humans. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I've been trying to solve. One of the biggest challenges that I've been trying to solve in this industry is to eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business, and build bridges and not burn them.
Right, right. So that leads into the next question here, Tony. What is one thing, if you could pick to change this industry, what would it be, why, and how?
Okay, so this is gonna sound very selfish, but to change this industry, I would sell like 200 cars a month. No, I'm just just tell me that wouldn't change things around a
That
little
would,
bit. That wouldn't
yeah.
shake things up. No, I would say one of the things that I would do and that I try to do to change this industry is being extremely transparent. Like, I get labeled to be a customer advocate a lot because I want to go to war for my customers. And it shouldn't be war. Like, it should be synergistic. It should be synergy all the way around inside the dealership. And when a customer comes in, it's just a cog. We should have a wheel already ready for them to just spin around and go back out and handle their business, whatever they come to us to solve. So I think that's one of the things that I try to help with, is bridging the gap for a customer, being their point of contact and being somebody who's their voice inside the dealership. Um, and I think that there's a mindset that it's us versus them. And so that's the thing that I think the industry has to figure out a way to lose. Even if they come at us with the mindset that it's them versus us. We should try to find a way to, like I said, build a bridge and help them understand that we're all trying to work together. Um, at the end of the day, I've got goals and I don't meet my goals if I don't help you accomplish yours. And there's a mindset that's like preventative of that, that tries to stop that. And we don't battle against flesh and blood. It's against these principalities and people in high places. And so that's biblical and that's something that we fight every day, you know. It's just trying to bridge the gap, trying to hedge and trying to be a customer advocate so that way they know that I'm on their team.
Awesome. I like that.
That's good. So there's a lot of people wanting to join the car business and things like that. So my question would be, if you could give one piece of advice to someone looking to be in this industry, what piece of advice would you give them?
I mean, give it a try and you may not leave. Like this thing is Hotel California at its finest, man. Like just give it a try because I truly think that it is a great profession. Like I said, it's a profession that I didn't even really consider. And now it's become a little bit more prevalent because there's a lot more eyes on it. Social media has allowed it to be a lot more forward facing. But in the past, I didn't even really think I just knew people drive cars, people go buy cars, but I wasn't thinking about the people who sell them or the dealership and all the different pieces inside of the dealership and how they affect things. And so I would tell somebody like give it a try and something that I tell all like the new salespeople is like your biggest enemy in this business. If we have to choose somebody to fight against, if we have to choose war, it should be against obscurity. It should be against people not knowing that you exist, not knowing that you have something that they may need. And so I hear a lot of people say about be known before you're needed. But I think that it's like I'm waging war against obscurity, against somebody not even knowing I exist. And I try to let new salespeople know that, like to put up their banners, let people know where you are, who you are, and how they can, connect with you for what you have.
Right. Well, that's some good advice for sure. And this leads kind of to my next question here. Where do you see yourself in this industry the next 5 years?
You know, that's a good one. It's a really good one because there's so many different pathways and avenues, and I don't even know that the path that I'm going to take has even been created yet. Like, to be honest, because I see some really big things for this industry. I see like a lot of people are thinking outside the box and doing things just a little bit different. So, what one thing that I like, and I don't want to say it in a way that seems like what I do is not is it like I don't love what I do, but I don't see myself in the same position in 5 years. Um, I don't see myself in a box in 5 years, and I don't see myself necessarily on a desk in 5 years. So maybe it's a transition into uh something different. And maybe it is, like that's so hard because there are so many different pathways. I'm telling you, man, I have thought about this. Um, and there was at one point I wanted to own a dealership. Like I said, I'm gonna work my way and I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own this place. And maybe I will at some point own some dealerships, but I think that really like I'm gonna figure out a way to advocate for the eradication of these negative stigmas. I don't know if that's through being a broker of some sort, but like I really, I want to sell a bunch of cars. I want to help people buy cars, and I want to have an impact on this industry. So I don't know exactly what position that becomes. But I know that I'll be making a difference in this industry. I'll be traveling probably. I don't know, man. I need to really really put that on paper so that way I can bring it to life.
Right.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that in 5 years you don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, right? So it's kind of like a lot of people. So sales is everything, right? So you can see people selling mattresses, you can see people selling bubble gum. I mean, everything involves around sales, right? So you just don't see. There's so many avenues, like you said, right? Becoming a broker, or advocate, whatever you want to call it, right? There's so many avenues that you can do to help people, right? Um, and and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna see if Zach has any questions before I ask you this last one, because this one's
I,
gonna be a good one. But go ahead, Tony.
before he does, um I guess the one way to explain where I want to be in 5 years is is freedom. So like it's not necessarily a position or an actual physical destination, but it's like a mindset and like a lot of times it's easier to equate like a monetary value with a success level. So if that's the case, then I'll say like seven-figure Tony in 5 years. So really chasing that, not for the money, but for the impact that I can have with the money for my children, for other families, like for just for this industry and the amount of value that I bring, I feel like at some point there's gonna be some monetary reciprocation.
That's awesome. I like that one. That's a good one. You are obviously you're on all the social medias and you're doing stuff that not every other car person is doing and getting into battles and not just talking about car content. So you're doing stuff different. So my question is, are you seeing an impact? Are you enjoying that side of it?
So I really am. I really am. Um I think that I've been like, especially on TikTok, I've taken a creator first approach to it. And car sales, like I definitely want to sell cars from social media and from TikTok. I'm utilizing it to put the billboard out there to battle obscurity on this app. But I'm also playing the game of TikTok and and just understanding that there's a way to play the game. And so I'm a person that's going to press every button. I try to encourage my customers to press every single button, break something, and let me try to get you back to it. Like, because that's the only way that you really get to experience things. So I pressed that button one time and I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. People come up and support you and I think that the biggest thing that I've really started to notice about that is not just the battles, but the ability to draw a crowd and the ability to build community. Um, and those are two things that I'm really focused on doing is building community and being able to draw people together, drive traffic around one single cause. We do this every day for sales. We're trying to build, customer base. So building community. We're trying to be active members inside of our communities. Um, but we're also trying to drive traffic to one specific event, to one specific thing. And so figuring that out on this app, I think that's the fun part. That's what I find fun about it is how can I create enough momentum leading into a live video that allows people to show up to a live video and then um, pressing the buttons to go do some fun stuff. I don't know. It's fun, man. Have you done any battles?
I've done a couple. I've done them with people that like I knew, like me and Taylor got into one and it wasn't like it was like one of the game battles.
Yeah, those are
Um
fun.
that was fun. And if you ever see Taylor, she hates them. So, because she couldn't beat me. So, and then I did just a couple one day just to see what it was on like the normal side of it. And it was interesting. You know, I didn't have a lot of people in there, so I was getting whooped, but it was still fun. It wasn't about like doing it, it was seeing what the other person was doing. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I really like the multis that we do. So I haven't been doing a lot of multi guests and I need to do more of those. But one thing that I have kind of equated the battles to, and it's funny, if you press the random button, I've equated it to a cold call. And so whenever I press the random button, my one mission is like we're gonna run a battle or something, but within 5 minutes, I want to find out what you drive, if you love it, and how your experience was whenever you purchased it. And so I ask everybody that, like we'll be talking, they'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you at work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm at work. I work here at Crane." And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I sell cars and all this stuff. Matter of fact, let me ask you a question. What do you drive?" And they always smile or they're like, "Oh man, I drive old this or that." And then some of them are extremely excited about what they drive. I drive a S class, this and that. And so it's really cool to see them interact like that. And then if it's a recent purchase, like, hey, do you remember your purchase experience? This is something that's always interesting to me. Like, how was your purchase experience? And they're like, oh, it was good, or oh man, it was horrible. I've heard several different things. And then I know like off of those few questions, if I want to take it any further, if I want to ask them like what's your next car going to be? And sometimes that's the mission, is just to ask them what they drive and what their next car is going to be. If money is not an object, what's your next car? And that's always fun. And it's fun to their chats as well. So they have their own chat group, and I gain a lot of followers from doing that, from just hitting a random button, doing a quick battle, 5 minutes. I'm talking to them about that, and some of them stick around for multiple battles, and we end up talking about other stuff and all kinds of stuff. But I equate it to a cold call, to just being able to get on, and you never know who's going to pick up. So
That's awesome. And I really like that because that's the one thing, when we're getting into these lives, we're all talking 90% to car people. We don't get a lot of interaction, which is what our job is with the public. We don't get to know what, we obviously are helping each other try to get better with experiences, but a great experience is talking to the public and saying, "Hey, what I like that a lot. I didn't even think of using it that way, so I do.
absolutely. It's kind of forced. So
Yeah,
like as soon as they hit that button, like we're locked in for 5 minutes. And sometimes I will I'll let them know, hey, I'm gonna hit the mute button because I'm already talking to people.
right.
But a lot of times I'll ask that question and then we start talking, and I'll either win or lose. And if I got some people, it is what it is. But I think that's always fun. It's just looking at it that way, as a as a as a as a cold call or as a co-host. Like, so
Right.
I've pulled up the people's stuff and I ask them what type of stream they have going on, what they're doing, and then I'll fall into their line of questioning, whatever they want to talk about. And it just kind of adds a different shade to me, to them. It adds a different like light. Oh, he's a car salesman, but he knows music. Oh, you like this music? Oh, he knows ball. He likes this person or this person, this athlete. Oh, I see you like the Red Sox, and so it's always interesting. I need to be more intentional. One thing that I haven't been doing, that I know I'm going to start doing, is writing down all of these cars, like for these people, because a lot of them add me as friends whenever we're doing that. And that way I have a ledger of all of the vehicles that they drive and what they said their dream car is, how they said their experience. I could create a quick spreadsheet for something
Yeah.
like that,
It's like a
and just
CRM for your social
and
media.
then
That's
and
that's
then a
great.
CRM for
Yeah,
co-hosts.
I like it. That's pretty sweet. Um, so another question. Uh, Obviously we've been asking you questions all night. One thing I like to do is flip it around. We are very appreciative of you joining in and talking about what you do. Do you have any questions for me or Danny?
You know what? how have y'all been enjoying this podcast stuff? Like, have y'all? I've seen y'all really striving to be something in the industry, and I think that's important. Like, is promoting yourself within the industry, even outside of your dealership, because the industry sees what's going on. Like, they're looking and they're watching and they're active. And so how has this podcast, some of the other things that y'all have been doing, other projects on other social media, have y'all seen any kind of increase in any areas because of it?
So I'll go first. Yeah, I have been enjoying this. This was just kind of kicked off. All of us did the Danny on Wheels co-host challenge. We met through that, and then we just decided, you know what? Yeah, everybody likes to talk to the big guys, and we'll get some big guys in here, but we built this to talk to anybody and everybody, from
Yeah.
if you are a porter, if you are in finance, if you're in sales, if you're a general manager. So it has gained us a lot of traction on that side. And then, yeah, I mean, doing a couple of the other things that I've been doing, it's getting seen and not just nationally, it's like locally. I'm getting questions. I walk into work and my service manager is like, hey, what's this thing? I see that there's a poster. What is that? And then they'll hop on, and I got buddies that are hopping on. So it's gaining them into the community to see, hey, you trust me as a car person, and I hear it all the time. Oh, I wouldn't trust anybody else. Then they jump on there and they're like, whoa, they have insight like you. And I'm like, right. I was like, it is so awesome. So that's my side of it.
What about you, Danny?
Well, it's very interesting how this started. I had a crazy idea once, and I told Zach and Taylor, and as soon as I said, "Hey, let's do a podcast where we bring to the janitor from the dealership to anybody that's in the dealership," Taylor started doing an email, TikTok, like YouTube, like she got it, like she had it done within like 30 minutes, and I'm like, "Wow, this is actually really happening." And so now I sign into the dealership download TikTok, and I see people actually adding us, without me having to add them, they're adding us. So we're following back and things like that. So it's a nice thing is that people have different stories, and we just want to hear their stories. And like I said, like Zach said, you have these big people, talking and stuff like that, but we got to think about the little people, you know what I'm saying? And I classify myself as little people, right? Because I'm just barely starting. I don't know this whole TikTok and all this stuff, and it's also to share ideas with one another, right? I see you got the meta glasses, like I got the meta glasses. I saw that you just did a video, a walk around on your glasses, which is cool. And I'm like, you know what? I can think of an idea like that where I can do walk arounds, put it on a Dropbox, and then send that customer that link, so we don't have to text it, so that the video quality is not blurry, going from iPhone to Android. Just drop it in the Dropbox and then just send it to the customer. I don't know if you're doing that right now, Tony, but
Oh, I'm doing some pretty cool stuff with these things. Like, I'm gonna press every button. I'm gonna learn every prompt type of dude, man. I really am. So I just found out that I can um, take a picture or a video and send it immediately without messing with my phone at all. Like, I don't even have to press a button. As long as I have them in my contacts, I can send it to them. So yeah, I understand about the video quality, the different things, but what I can also do is I can send them through my CRM. So not hands free, but I can take the video and just upload it into my CRM and send it. And so that's been super fruitful with me not having to worry about battery life on my phone and all kinds of stuff. So I agree, man. These glasses, they're awesome. So I'm taking pictures of my people like, pal. Matter of fact, I need to get this real quick. Um, but I'm always taking pictures of my people. I'll start recording while I'm while I'm with them. Whenever it's getting to a certain point, I'll let them know. They always make mention of these. So yeah, I love that we are in this community. I probably wouldn't have these if I didn't see you with them, if I didn't see y'all with them.
yeah, the other person that got the glasses too was Raul. Menzier as well. Like
Does he
how,
have them?
yeah, he just got him, and I kind of want to ask him how he's going to be creating content with them as well, which is
That's awesome.
sometimes you don't have a camera.
So I'm also a coach, a football coach. So I coach my son's football and his basketball, and I did baseball for a while, but baseball is a little bit more time demanding. It's still demanding of time for me to escape, but that's one thing that I really have been focused on in these latter years is like trying to become a controller of my own time and not letting the dealership control my time from bell to bell and every day I'm in the dealership. Like it's not, that's one thing that I wish we would change about this industry is is the way that we treat our salespeople, our sales managers, our finance officers. Like maybe there needs to be more, but I know that that sometimes scares us because of the pieces of the pie. But maybe we need to just make bigger pies. But like seriously, that's one of the things that time. But I'll tell you another way that I've been using these is dang it, I did something. I don't know what I did. I sometimes I just press this over here and it just does something on its own. One way that I've been using it is what was I about to say? Gosh, dang it. Oh, bro, this is Jarvis in my ear. Like I will hook up to ChatGPT or use Meta AI or anything and just be like on it. I haven't used the live translation yet though. I want to.
Did you get the first gen or is that the second gen?
I got second gen.
These are
I
first.
just found out that first gen can live stream though.
I got the first gen.
You can live stream from those.
Yeah, for just to Facebook and Instagram.
I want a freaking live stream from mine.
You can't do that. I thought they did.
No, I was so mad. Hey Meta, can you live stream? No.
Huh. The battery life is better on the second gen though,
Oh,
and you can actually like sometimes it pops up where you can actually like text and stuff. I don't know if you got those ones where you can text from your glasses.
I don't have that. I don't have that. I want the displays. I do want the displays. Um, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get me some displays after I had these. Like these are essential. So if you don't have Meta glasses, I think that it's something that if you're somebody who invests in like gear or in software or tools or anything like that for your craft, it doesn't matter if it's sales or anything. Like these things are game changers for just the way we do things in life, period.
Right. You got any more questions for us, Tony?
So I asked y'all about these podcasts and how they've affected you. Like I really want to know how they have affected you, like um bravado wise, like your mental, like how have they a lot of times whenever we start things, like sometimes it can be overwhelming, but if it's good for us, it can be like eye-opening to open up new capacity for what you can do. So has that been something that y'all have noticed, like to where you have a new energy, um a new
Yeah.
drive?
Yeah, it is to the point where I could be having such a bad day. I mean, I haven't been popping on social media for the last week. Whole bunch of stuff is happening. I'm moving. I lost my uncle. My dog's got to have surgery on her knee. A lot of stuff going on. And I've been away and doing stuff. And I popped out on Monday. I was just scrolling. I'm like, oh, hey, look, Taylor's live. I pop in there, my whole entire attitude changed after I was in there because
That's
it's
awesome.
like these are, you know, never met any of them in person, and I feel like these are genuine friends. They can bring you can have the worst day ever, and this community has just a way of just making you rise up and feel way better, you know. And I feel it, you know. I know if I'm having a bad day, there's so many people that I can, one, I got personal numbers for. I can call them. Hey, I'm having a bad day. Then they just talk. Or two, hey, they're all on live. Let's get on there. And they're like, "Oh my goodness, hey, what's up?" And it's, you know, I do the same thing when somebody pops in. It's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" It's just, it's great. I love the community. I really do.
That's good.
So same what Zach said, right? Exact same thing. And the thing is, like me and Taylor and Zach talk all the time, right? Because we're trying to grow this and we're doing our things. Plus, we still have our jobs. Plus, I have a child, and it's like trying to balance everything, right? And it's sometimes like, oh shit, I kind of just like want to break. But at the end of the day, we're here to lift each other up, right? And get ideas from, like, example, you, Tony, right? You have ideas that I couldn't think of, or and things like that. So we all share ideas together, right? To make each other better. And it's the thing, it's like we don't have to be like, oh, I have to pay a $3,000 course where I can get it free from you, Tony. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And you can probably learn things from me and vice versa, right?
100%.
So it's helping each other out, growing each other's platforms, and just living day by day, you know. And
It's a lot of
that's the
fun.
nice thing about the podcast part is we're meeting all these people and they have all different ideas. No one ever thinks the same. You know what I'm saying? And we can be
Every
like, oh,
time.
hey, I forgot what, for example, what Katie said. We can go back and watch that video. You know what I'm saying? So,
You know, there's a saying that you can go fast by yourself, but you can go far together. Um, and I think that's kind of what we're doing. Like there's a lot of good ideas. And sometimes the person that has the good idea isn't the executor. They're not the one that's going to execute on that idea or the one that can problem solve or see the pitfalls that lie ahead. And I think that it's like while we are transcending like competition, what's going to happen is that we're all going to go much further because of this, because of these connections, because of our constant interaction and the way that we help each other. And I think that it's like it's really some new front runners, new leaders will start to emerge out of this thing, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what happens and who happens and how it all happens. So I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for everything y'all are doing. I think the dealership download is an industry necessity for sure.
Thank you.
well, thanks, Tony. Do you have any other questions, Zach or Tony? You got a lot of questions, don't you? You got questions, don't you? Hit me.
I'm good. My mind is clear. Like, really, I appreciate the interview. I haven't done a whole lot of interviews recently. Like, there was a point in time where I was doing a lot of interviews. Actually, as I was prepping for like Hustle and Grind Con, um, which was one of those, which is kind of nostalgic. It feels kind of like what we've got going on right now. It was really based on Facebook, and we were doing some cool stuff. And so this this thing kind of just feels like that, man. And I'm just excited for what we're doing, and how we're building. I'm excited to keep building, and I'm probably about to go find some battles here in just a little bit.
There you
Well,
go.
Zach, do you have any other questions before I hit
No,
Tony
I'm
with that one right
good.
now? Okay, Tony, you ready for this one?
What's up?
If you had the attention of every person in the auto industry right now for 60 seconds, what would you say? Starting right now.
Automotive industry. Everybody in this automotive industry, in this amazing industry that we all joined some way, some by force, some by choice, but all of us are here. I think that it is important that we stand up for this industry. We stand up for how important it is to our communities, to the people who come and work with us every day, and that we're aware of the people that are in this industry. That we're not only just saying hi to them, but we're actually intent about caring for the people inside of our dealerships. And the reason I say that is because I feel like the real big problems are happening internally. The big things are happening internally. And if we can just solve those and all of us realize that each of us are human, each of us are trying to build and everybody's trying to grow some way, form, or fashion, then we can meet our customer with a lot more grace. We can really try to help our communities a lot more. But it starts inside. And so if we can just fix our culture, help each other to be the best version of each other, and not tear each other down. Like I think that we can be something amazing, man. I already think this industry is amazing. You all are doing an amazing job. I just know that we can be better, and so let's just be better. Let's just be better. That's it. That's it. Now go be great.
I like it, Tony. Well, this
Love
ends
it.
the episode of the Dealership Download with special guest Tony with the keys. Make sure you follow him on TikTok, Facebook, all the platforms. I want to thank Zach for joining us. And like I said, unfortunately, Taylor couldn't make it today, but she'll be here on the next one. Don't forget to also order her book that she just released. We'll go ahead and add the link to the book at the bottom of this once we're done. Thank you guys for
Perfect.
joining. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you guys.